Hello, friends. Robert Bevan here, author of the Caverns Creatures series of comedy, fantasy novels, and short stories. With me is Sam West, and today is... What is today, Sam?
It's Marshall Mondays, as usual.
It's Marshall Monday, but you know what? It's also something else, Sam.
What other does is it, Bob?
May 1st was the day that you and I did the harm spell review video. Since then, every day for a year, we have put out another video.
My God, it's been a year already, huh?
Today's our birthday.
Wow, happy birthday, Bob.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Delightful.
Yay. All right. But
We really started with harm, huh?
I think so. I,
Oh,
I,
crazy.
I should have double checked that before I said that, but I
Yeah,
think so.
yeah, it
I think
sounds
we
good to
did
me.
one before that, but that wasn't our the start of our consecutive run.
Gotcha.
All right. So, unarmed fighting.
Unarmed fighting. This is a fighting style. It says your unarmed strikes can deal bludgeoning damage equal to a d6 plus your strength modifier on hit. If you aren't wielding any weapons or a shield when you make the attack, the d6 becomes a d8. Additionally, it says, at the start of each of your turns, you can deal 1d4 bludgeoning damage to a creature grappled by you. Neat.
Yeah. All right.
I'm going to say it. This is the worst fighting style of all of the options, and I don't think it's particularly close.
All right, you went from might be to definitely is.
It's awful.
I'm trying to think of worse ones. I can't think of any worse ones like off the top of my head right now, but I don't know. What's so horrible about this?
Okay. So, out the gate, the characters that get access to it have access to martial weapons. And martial weapons, I'm not sure if you were aware, do at least a d8 damage on average, typically. Right? So longbows can do this damage with no other conditions at range. Long swords can do this damage while also wielding a shield. So the damage dice is atrocious. Another very important note is if you are wielding them in two hands, you can't participate in extra attacking. You can't do bonus action, not extra attacking, bonus action, extra attacking, offhand attacking, because your fists aren't quantified as light melee weapons. They don't constitute the same rules as bonus action offhand attacks. And even if they did, they wouldn't add your strength modifier on hit because you don't have the two-weapon fighting style. So out the gate, you can't make offhand attacks with the pugilist, which is so profoundly stupid. It makes me annoyed. Additionally, the d4 damage on grapple is not a good enough reason to grapple. It just isn't. You have to already have other reasons to want to grapple. And in those instances, you getting an extra d4 damage that will never scale is not good. D4 at level 11 plus is functionally not there. You just don't care about it. You don't. So for all of those reasons, there is no reason to take this over every other fighting style unless you specifically want to play the ye olde boxer type. Unless you very specifically want to do the monk thing without reflavoring monk. Which I'm going to let you know right now, if you want to punch people, if you want to be the ye old-timey pugilist, rename Key Grit and play that character as a monk, because you have a way, way better time than you will have trying to make a fighter do this.
Well, what about Tavern Brawler?
I love that. I love that feat dearly. It is also not good.
Also not a fighting style. Never mind.
No, but if you would get the bonus action grapple with Tavern Brawler, so hypothetically these two things go together, and you're not making a powerful character in any way, shape, or form by doing that, but you are definitely making a character that I want to play with, right? Like, while I may say this is utter garbage, if you want to be a fighter pugilist, sure, it's going to be like you're not playing with a fighting style, and you have a worse longsword, and you're deliberately not holding a shield for some reason, so you can get the DA damage, right? And all of those things come together to make a character that is, like, worse than the average fighter, but with the Tavern Brawler stuff, by throwing them some bones, giving them some improvised weapons to attack with, so they don't even have to use this crappy fighting style, then we're looking at a character that's like, yeah, okay, that could be a fun time, certainly not a very good one.
I'm looking over all the fighting styles, and I'm gonna say this is on par with what was it, Thrown Weapon? Yeah, I just didn't like Thrown Weapon.
Thrown Weapon, at least you get a +2 to the damage roll. I also think Thrown Weapon is bad. I don't think it's quite as bad as Unarmed Fighting.
Well, I mean, you get if you're not using a shield or anything, you get a D8 instead of a D6 to your fists, right?
Now, what if, come with me on this journey, you used a longsword instead
Right. What if
on the
you?
same character?
All right, yeah. What if you've had all your weapons taken away? This is
How many times in a campaign is that happening?
not
Enough
many.
to justify a fighting style?
No,
Okay.
it's, it's something you want in case that happens,
It's a
or
contingency.
you have to check your weapons at the door.
So you
Uh,
are the
This,
weapon.
this
That's
is
the
more
premise. I'm
tavern
into it.
brawler than tavern brawler.
I would much rather have the Tavern Brawler feat, because at least that, like, I sign up to say I'm going to hit people with dumb things as opposed to I'm only able to hit people with my fist, right? At least Tavern Brawler has sort of meme potential behind it. Tavern Brawler has a lot more fun baked into the core mechanics of it. And while it's definitely a larger cost for it to be a feat, because, that could be Great Weapon Master, that could be Sharpshooter, that could be Lucky, that could be any other number of just powerful good feats like Ritual Cast or Arcane Initiate or whatever. Magic Initiate is what it's called. I keep calling it Arcane Initiate because that's what it was called in the playtest. It's neither here nor there. What's important is all of those are better than Tavern Brawler by a lot. I still think I take Tavern Brawl if I want to play that character before I take Unarmed Fighting, because at least then I can hit people with chairs, and I can't hit people with chairs that proficiency with Unarmed Fighting.
Yeah, well, we're not talking about tavern brawler. Unarmed fighting, I don't have much to add. It's no, I'm not going to make an argument that it's any good. It's not.
If you wanted to maximize the efficiency, again, it's cute that Tavern Brawler lets you bonus action grapple somebody, because then you're like, okay, I attack, punch, I grapple you. Woohoo! Do D4 damage. Huzzah! I committed a fighting style and a feat for that. We've done it. We've broken blind or unarmed fighting in Tavern Brawler. So, like, that's an option. Barbarian multi-class, where you can, I think some Barbarian option gets a bonus action grapple. I can't remember off the top of my head. It's been a while since I've talked about those. If not, never mind. Pretend I didn't say it. I guess you have advantage on grapple checks that way, so that's kind of cute. If you're doing like a Battle Master fighter thing, I think they get a grapple maneuver that you could conceivably like attack, grapple them, get a free D4 damage, and be like, yeah, it's cute. It's not good, but it's cute.
Yeah, even at first level, I gotta grapple the kobold. I do D4 damage. It's still alive. Crap.
It's so like at first level, at exactly first level, the only issue with it is you have to spend your action grappling them. And that means you like opted to grapple instead of making your one attack roll. Because again, you can't offhand fight with this. You can't like punch with a bonus action. You have to punch
like
and then punch.
Your DM might allow that.
They definitely should, because it is not good. But again, monks have it built in that they can do that, right? Just play monk.
Yeah.
If you want to do this, play a monk. It's really that simple.
There's no benefit for a monk with this, is there?
None whatsoever. I mean,
No.
so hypothetically, your dice are upgraded faster, but that's not worth it typically, because your dice will get there anyway, right?
Yeah.
So this would turn your unarmed strikes to D8s out the gate, which is so like if you're doing a campaign, you're not gonna past 6th level. Doing 1 here and 5 in monk is better than all monk, just if you want the damage dice increases. Normally, though, monks will get the D8s by the mid tier and not care to have a dipped level into fighter for armor they're not wearing, weapons they're not wielding, and a second win feature that's kind of mediocre.
Oh, well, I got nothing else. Glad I had the cupcake thing at the beginning. There's not much else to say about this one.
And listen, commoners out there, this is one of those instances where people will be like, oh, I played with a Platinum Blade Warlock and it was so much fun. I am of the opinion that you are having a good time with your pugilists with unarmed fighting, not because of the feature, in spite of it. I think that this feature is very bad, but it doesn't mean you can't have fun with it. It doesn't mean you can't play characters that have fun with this at some tables. It doesn't mean that this is an unplayable, unusable option. It's just comparatively the worst by a lot. And for that reason, you probably, like, if you're building towards a character whose aim is to be proficient at fighting, this is the bottom of the list as far as things you should be considering.
See, that's what the argument I was trying to make with Tavern Brawler back when we did that video. Like you were saying, oh, but you can be proficient at hitting people with a chair. And I thought, if that's what you find fun, not being proficient allows you to hit them with chairs more.
The core difference here, though, I think, is that it doesn't even empower you in like a meaningful way, right? It's This is going from opting to wield a weapon to simply opting to not wield a weapon, right? And if you just want to play a character that doesn't wield a weapon, there's just it's right there staring you in the face.
For that,
yeah, like it's right there. You could do that. You don't have to do that in fighter. Like, come on.
Yeah, you can look like a fighter and be a monk. You can call yourself whatever you want.
No one's gonna say nah, not in my establishment. Put on the 1920s funky little hat. Get your your boxing gloves out. Get on the old Rocky hype train. Whatever you want to do. Play that character and just have it be monk reflavored. It's not that hard.
All right. Unarmed Fighting. You got anything else to say?
1 out of 5. Utter trash.
Yeah. I wanted to give it a 2, but there's nothing I can say to justify that.
Just the sheer fact that if you're playing this character and you opt to not wield a shield, you're deliberately hamstringing yourself for no reason, right? You're going from a D8 plus shield to a D8 no shield, and that's the only difference.
Oh, yeah, you're opting out of weapons and a shield.
Yeah.
To be worse.
Yeah.
I mean, if being bad is your objective, don't take this feat. Yeah. And opt out of the weapon of the shield.
You can be worse in way better ways than this.
Have somebody club your knees. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, that was Unarmed Fighting. Thank you, Sam, and thank you everyone for joining us. Please let us know what you think in the comments. I'm confident somebody's going to defend this, and I'm curious to see what they have to say. So, until next time, bye-bye.
Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, informative, or entertaining, I'd really appreciate it if you hit the like button below. You needn't smash it, a gentle tap will suffice. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to the channel. And make sure you check out the links in the description, where you'll find my Caverns Creatures series of comedy fantasy novels, Sam's full review of the spell, and other fun things.